Couples hang out to love one thing. How I meet in my love, where I meet in my love. When we meet ourselves, come and hear Tori Ojai. Couples hang out to love one thing. How I see my darling, when we start our love, when we meet ourselves, come and hear Tori Ojai. Couples hang out to love one thing.
Today is going to be very interesting because my cartoon in it, oh my god, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be exciting. I think I speak English. Hey, that is why. So I have the pleasure. Make I not even introduce them now. I mean, make I tell you now. Make I tell you their name. Okay, make I just gist you. They be Dicky. The husband are Dicky in the body of Christ, and the wife na Dickness in the body of Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm hanging out today at a cartoon with Dicky Emmanuel Abiodun and Dickness Elizabeth Abosede. Oh, you coming? Oh my God, they go tell you their story today. It goes sweet. I'm serious. I never hear the story until I reach their house right now. We go enter their house right now. Today, I make I go for a short break. I'm coming back.
Our marriage is Tori, everybody come and hear. Couples hang out to love one thing. How I meet in my love, where I meet in my love. When we meet ourselves, come and hear Tori Ojai. Couples hang out to love one thing. How I see my darling, when we start our love, when we meet ourselves, come and hear Tori Ojai. Couples hang out to love one thing. Our marriage is Tori, everybody come and hear. Couples hang out to love one thing.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our couples for the week, they don't balance. They don't balance. So, I have the pleasure to introduce. It's a Dicky in the body of Christ, and the wife too, a Dickness in the body of Christ. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dicky Emmanuel Abiodun and Dickness Elizabeth Abosede Oyekomi on the show today. Daddy and mommy, you're welcome, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Just greet our people. Happy Sunday.
Thank you. Happy Sunday. No, I'm not sure.
Mama.
Good afternoon to our viewers.
Yes,
thank you and happy Sunday to you all. God bless you.
Hallelujah. Okay, you're welcome on the show. I'm so happy to host you on the show today, sir.
Thank you.
How was the service today?
I'm very fine.
What did this for you? Don't worry.
The service is very okay.
Okay, very okay.
Very fine, very fine.
Dance very well today.
Very well.
Mommy,
it was very fantastic.
Okay, now, if you are to count 1, 2, 3, how long have you been married now?
It's going to 6 years now.
6 years.
6 years plus. 6 years.
Women don't forget dates. Okay.
We clocked 6 years last month. Last 2 months, April 22nd.
6 years.
Yes.
And still counting.
Yes, sir.
Anybody that want to scatter your marriage, Holy Ghost
Fire!
Okay, sir, it's been 6 years now. Let me come to mommy. It's been 6 years. How can you describe your 6 years now?
Wow. To God be the glory. The 6 years has been so wonderful, despite various challenges.
We'll discuss that.
But to God be the glory. Here we are, and we continue.
Yes. By the grace of God. Okay, now, sir, we usually start with wedding day story. Yes. Your wedding day. I'm coming to you now. Wedding day. So, that your wedding day preparation o the day o after the day what happen on that day wey be say if you remember like this something that happen that you cannot forget. Wedding day.
The preparation on our wedding day, you know, in the financial aspects, we face a lot of things. Because as usual, because when my in-law will say we need so this, we need so this, and my working place that period, I'm just hustle. I didn't even get myself. But to the glory of God, we overcome all those challenges. Even when this on our wedding day, a lot of things happen to the extent that we are even thinking how are we going to solve the problem, but God help us to solve the issues.
Can you just gist us some of the challenges on that day that happen?
You know, on getting to our wedding, even the suits that I want to wear that on the wedding day, I have not get the suit
that day.
But to the glory of God, you thought just God used many people for us to buy the suit
on that day.
Yes, you know, a day to the wedding.
To the wedding. Okay, that means a day to your wedding now. Your wedding suit, you don't get.
It's not even ready.
Wow.
But we thank God. God do it in a miraculous way, and we give glory to God.
Hallelujah. So those that's one of the okay.
Even my wedding, I don't even expect that the wedding can be so beautiful, colorful
like
to that extent. On that day, I was surprised because the population of people that came for that wedding, I was surprised. That am I the one doing the wedding that people
just
show up like this? So I thank God.
Wow. Okay, on the mommy side, your husband don't talk your own part. So now on your own side, that wedding day, what happened that you cannot forget?
Well, April 2nd, 2017 was a day I will never forget in my life. Because though every single lady proposes a day that one day I will get married, so also my joy was on that day. But on that day, the first thing that I wanted to, I said, being the pastor to do the engagement.
Okay.
When they said it will be pastor that will do the engagement, I said no. No, I will not allow pastor. So the challenges came up and down. No, they insisted. I wanted Alaga do and Alaga Joko. But they said no, it will be pastor. Well, I accepted. We started the engagement the same day. And after that, even before the time we scheduled for church, I and my husband were in church already.
Wow.
So we started ahead the time. Because it seems we put the church wedding around 11.
Okay.
But before 9, we are through with engagement. Okay. The pastor really tried. In fact, me no pastor job was saying no man just select. So we were in church even before the time and we started the wedding. So during the wedding program, someone came to me at the front that, Eli, look at your back. Your staff from your place of work kò sí bí tó máa jókòó sí. I was like, the church yìí ṣe tóbi tó. This ti ṣe pọ̀ tó náà, what happened? But tí máa dìde lóòótọ́.
Look back like
I say, because of me. So people gathered.
I hope your mind no cause the food that we prepare.
No, to God be the glory, we have prepared enough. Because my mom will say, so up to now, as every pastor wife, mommy, you're done already. Tell me about sharing here. In fact, so.
Alright, sir. Now let's come to first year in marriage. Okay. Your first year experience. You know, a lot of couples they find this first year so difficult. First year, second year, you are living with your wife for the first time. So now your first year experience with your wife. You are coming from different background.
Yes.
I will hold you. Don't worry. I will hold you mic.
My first year experience after my wedding, in fact, was a little bit challenge because as a bachelor before,
Yes.
when I got married, so when my wife put here toothpaste here, and as a man before I marry, I normally put it here. That one normally bring a lot of confusion between the wife and husband. I say, I don't like the way you put this thing. Why I normally put it here? Why are you putting it here? So that, but as times goes on, we understand ourselves a little bit. Are you getting me now? We understand ourselves, and through the couple retreat we normally go, that one help us a lot to build the family standard. So to the glory of God.
Yes. Seminars and
The first seminar, couple summit that we went, they discuss a lot of issue, and that issue normally happen in our home. So, and they not teach us the lesson, the way out, how to handle some issue as a married man. So he help us a lot. Yes.
So your first experience and the toothpaste thing. Any other?
The first year experience. Another experience is that after my marriage, we did our wedding on 22nd of April, 2017. After that, my job, I lost the job.
Wow.
I think around September, October. So that one challenge, it gives a lot of headache to the family. To the extent it's only my wife that is even feeding the family.
Wow.
So, but to the glory of God, God do provide another job.
Like how many months, years?
More than a year.
Wow.
Before I got another job.
So for that 1 year plus now, your wife?
Yes, it is my wife that even feed the family. Though we have children that period, but it's my wife's salary that we normally use to feed the family. But as a man, I went out to do some petty job to add to my wife's salary. So that's how we manage it. By the time now God provide another job for us, but I was really happy.
Wow, this is interesting, madam. Before I chip in what your husband just said now, your own experience, first year, second year, living with this your husband. I know you got many things to say.
Well, the first year experience, let me talk about the food aspect.
Okay.
Before I got married, I was the type that doesn't eat. I take only Coastal biscuit and milk. But the first month, my husband said, what do you want to take? I've prepared this food, though, solid food. He likes solid food.
Okay.
So he was like, are you not eating? I said, no, I want to just take, I feel like taking biscuit and milk. He said, So there are people who say I'm not feeling you well. Like we should be biscuits. So I was like, I found it so difficult that the fact below me. To blend with it was so difficult. So that night I didn't eat that night. I didn't eat. I went to bed like that. I said, no, if you refuse me to eat this biscuit, I will not eat. He had his own and left me. So I went to bed till the following day. So, but as time goes on, I try to blend.
You know the shop amala.
I'm very good at it now.
Okay, your husband talk about losing his job. How did you feel that time?
It was not easy at all. It wasn't easy. He lost his job around middle of September. So we started it before that time, but it was that September that the thing really happened. But during that time, to God be the glory. Because it was very difficult. Sometimes he will go out as a man, doesn't want to sit down at home. But sometimes he will be at home. By the time I will be back from work, I will see him praying, crying. Oga, please go do another one. Don't feel helpless or maybe you feel so bad. Ọlọ́run tó ṣe yẹn, he will do another one. We kept praying. The little I receive, we manage it together. Though we are yet to have a child there. So, but as time goes on, we got one, let me say, peanuts job. He will trek from where we live. In fact, like where he's supposed to go with 500 naira to and fro transport, my husband will trek down there to and fro. He was supposed to resume by, let's say, 7:30. He will have left the house as early as 6 or to 6 just to meet up. At the end of the day, they will give him just a peanut. Then we started managing it. We started it.
So during that time, at a point, do you feel like, am I not in the wrong marriage?
No, I didn't, because before we started, I really have my confirmation of getting married to him.
Okay, we are still going to talk about that.
So that's during that time, my confirmation gave me the assurance that this is just a challenge. A challenge we are going to boycott, we are going to pass by the grace of God, and that make us stand.
Wow. Okay, now, sir, the first place you saw your wife?
Yes.
First place, yes. Where?
The first place we saw ourselves, I think it was Facebook.
Facebook? Oh?
Yes.
Wow.
I can remember very well. It was a Facebook. There was a post. One sister posted that period. Sister Deborah Ajala. So she posted about a marital status, marital issue like that. And I comment under that message.
Okay.
So when I comment under the message, my wife just liked the message and comment under my comment too. And I look, who is this sister? I go through the profile, wherever. I saw it from the Apostolic Church, from Abeokuta, whatever. Okay, I picked the number from there. So from profile. So and I chatted. We are using BlackBerry that period.
Yeah, okay.
So I chatted and she replied me. Are you sure you are from the Apostolic Church? You comment on so post on Facebook. You say yes. Okay. I would like to know you more. You say okay. Wow. I'm from the Apostolic Church too. You say okay. Well, then that period our convention is very close. Maybe 2 weeks to the convention or 3 weeks to the convention. I asked her, are you sure you are coming to the convention so that we can meet on the convention ground? And she promised me that she will be there. So we program ourselves that on welcome service, because of you I will come. I don't normally go to convention except Sunday.
Okay.
But I say because of you on Friday I will create a chance for myself to come to the convention ground so we can see.
Okay.
So and he said okay.
That's how it started.
That's how we started the journey.
But that time, were you dating anybody that time?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm dating one person that period.
Okay.
But when I prayed to it, the man of God told me that the person that I wanted to marry is not my wife. That I cannot handle her. The message, they have been giving me the message for long, but I still insist that
this girl.
now is this sister I will marry because we go the same school.
Okay.
So I say no, I don't listen to that message. But inside of me, my conscience is telling me you better listen now. So when I told the lady, go and pray about this issue of our marital issue. Go and pray about it. The lady now told me that the pastor said he went to the pastor. Is from CAC.
Okay.
Said the pastor said she wanted to see me in person. I said, what the pastor want to see me? That I'm living in Lagos State. That my fiancé is living at Ibadan or your state.
Okay.
I don't have chance. So he said I should create time to come. Okay, I asked her, can you give me the number of the pastor so that we can talk? So when she gave me the number, I called the pastor. I'm from so sister so. She said, she said fine, that I wanted to see you, but the issue is that I want you to come. But I told the pastor that I gave my wife the assignment to pray concerning our marital issue.
Okay.
He said yes, that's why he wanted to see me. That what he saw that period is something that we need to talk man to man. I said, sir, can you just brief it to me? He said, no, you don't want to create confusion between me and the lady. Okay, and I try to create chance to go to Ibadan. So when I got there, we pray. So after that, he says the sister should excuse us, we talk. He said, if I want to marry the sister, I will need to exercise a lot of patience. I say, sir, please, can you just tell me direct way, so that this marriage will not have will not stumble as time goes on. Just tell me the way out. He said the way he saw the vision that I cannot handle this sister. No. But you don't want to create, you don't want to do it in such a way that I will not be fighting the lady. I said, Daddy, I understand where you are going. The message they have given me the message before. And I'm just trying to let her pray on it, because it will not be that I just drop her. She will be crying.
You serve her breakfast.
So when the pastor have told her already. So when she saw the confirmation, I said, okay, no problem. He said, what the pastor told me? I said, no problem. We are going to discuss it when I get back to Lagos. So when I return back to Lagos that very day, I call her that this our marriage can no longer work. You know, me, I've prayed about the issue of marriage. The pastor have told me, but I want confirmation from your side too. But since I've seen the confirmation, so don't just let us waste the time. Let everybody depart now. So God will provide your partner for you.
So that was how you settled it.
How we settled it.
Okay, mommy, you commented on his post.
Though I'm not the type that do comment on Facebook.
Okay, but this one.
But on this beautiful day, that sister posted on marriage issue, so I commented. Later, I saw a chat. Who is this? They started. Where are you? What is this? What? I replied him. So, but when he now said, how can we see? Ahmad Badagry is in Isolo. Okay, our convention is Lona convention is ahead. Maybe a week or 2 weeks to that time. Okay, let's meet at Olonda. We spoke on Facebook, but our first meeting was at Olonda Grand. That was 1st of August of the year. That was my first time of setting my eyes on him. When I saw him, I was like, oh, who is this? So even my containers, I said, let him just say whatever he want to say. I did not even, though the name, God has given me the name Emmanuel, and he was the 4th Emmanuel that I have then.
4th one.
4th.
You be having so many
Emmanuels. So I did. God, Emmanuel again. Which one is this?
God wants to be with you now.
I said, Emmanuel again. I said, no problem. Emmanuel again. Let's go and pray over it. Whatever God says.
So when you pray, what did you see?
My movement, the way God just work with an individual is different.
Yeah.
his hometown was a town I've never heard of in my life.
His hometown.
Yes. But my prayer group, we went for a wedding at Osun State, precisely to be his hometown. That was before we met at all. And we went there right from a mountain. We went to a mountain to pray. So we left from the mountain to the wedding. So when we got to the hometown, the bride's brother was like, I cannot carry you, bride's friends. You people should find your way to the church. And we started on the road. So when we were on the road, I was like, oh God, this place is so beautiful. This sound on the road.
What's the name of that?
Oyon. In Osun State.
Wow.
Many but Oyon. I've never heard of the name before. Ìlú ìfọ̀n o. Bá ṣe ń lọ ní títì as we were going, I was just like, níbà fine. Atẹ́gùn wọn. So until we got to that church. So the following year, we now met. He said he's from Oyon in Osun State. I said Oyon. He said, did I know the place? I said, I was there last year.
Wow.
He said, that's how God does. So the first time I will follow him to his hometown, the bus stop of the church where we had the wedding church, the church wedding of that my sister, that was his own bus stop.
Wow.
When we came there, I was like,
I was there before now.
He touched it at washing your. Yeah, he said, this is the other side. Let's cross to the other side. That is the way to my house. I said, So when we got home, the mother was like, you have been to this town before? I said, Mama, I was here last year for so wedding. She said, she too, she must be at that wedding. I said, well, that is how God works.
So, wow. This is interesting. Now, did you had any dream about him, or as in maybe when you went to pray, his picture was shown to you or something? What exactly did you see?
I didn't see his picture.
Okay.
It's just the name that God gave me. The name Emmanuel that God gave me, and he was not even the only Emmanuel. So I've had other like before him. So when he came again, I was like, God, which one is Emmanuel? Okay, which one out of the four now? So I will now write his name. It will be the last one. But whoever I give the name to, I have one daddy. It's an area superintendent. You mark it from the back, you take it to the front. I say, Baba, pastor is there. I have pastor's son in the middle. Why is this ordinary person? I don't even like him. He's not fine. He's not good. Baba will say, that is the one God said. I say, Mushin, even Mushin, I was brought up in Mushin, but I don't even know this person. Not knowing that meet and pray. As I was praying, God, who is the man? He's not even in Lagos at all.
See how God
at all. Okay. Before God brought him to Lagos. I know that he brought him for us to meet.
Yes. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been hanging out with our father and mother. And you know that their story has been so interesting, ladies and gentlemen. So now, I want to go for a short break. And don't be offended that you are not able to call, because usually our viewers, they will normally call to ask our guests 1 or 2 questions. So please don't be offended. You know, anytime we go to their house like this, we don't entertain phone calls. But any question that you have, as we were talking since now, any question we say you want ask Baba and Mama, or you call me, please just send it as an SMS. We are going to forward it to them, and they will do justice to that. And then next episode of Couples Hangout, we'll be able to give you the answer to your question. So I want to go for a short break now. When I come back, we'll continue the gist.
I'm Dr. Mrs. Joy Wenzigwe, and I'm on Couples Hangout. This is a show that is educative, where you talk about your marriage, where you also listen to people talk about their marriage, how they met. There's no marriage made in heaven. You will actually work your marriage. If you are having crisis, be a friend to your spouse and resolve your issues. Smile over it, pray together. Make God the third cord, the top part of the cord in your marriage, and you will actually succeed. Do not give room to side-sayers. If you are angry with your husband, resolve with your husband. If you are angry with your wife, resolve with her. You know, I remember a friend telling us that when he's angry, he reports his wife to God. Report your spouse to God. I'm sure you will have a better marriage. And don't forget to watch Couples Hangout, where you learn from other people and where you can also share your story. Thank you.
In case you want to be part of us, as they gist us now, you are inspired to also share with us your marriage story. Just the number that is on your screen right now, just user, take a call us, and they will bring you on the show. You can come to your house and you can come to our studio. If you don't mind, or you want to sponsor the show, we need money for this show, so that the couples Hangout no go just go out like that. Maybe your organization or your church or you personally, your family, even if you want to make a request on the show, you are free. Just give us a call. Now the same number now we dey use for WhatsApp, 00344675573 is the number. So you are welcome back, and I'm back to Mama and Baba Oyekomi, ladies and gentlemen. So you are welcome back, sir. Ama.
Thank you, sir.
So now, wetin make your wetin make your wife different from all other girls that you met that time?
What made my wife different from all other girls since we have married is that I love her.
Chai.
In fact, the shape, her shape is the type I want.
Kai.
Even more than even my former fiancé.
Can you imagine?
So I love the shape. Yes. I love the shape. That this is the shape I like, the complexion that I love. So that is it. And since that time, I appreciate her.
But the first time she saw you, she no like you.
The first time she saw me, to be sincere, I personally know that I'm so ugly that period. I was so ugly because that period I don't even get myself that period. But to the glory of God, we are still managing ourselves that period.
Wow. Okay, sir, the same question to you. What makes your husband different from all other men? All other Emmanuel.
He's so special. His name Emmanuel. God is with me.
Chai.
Because when we saw ourselves, we were still an hustler then. Nothing. Like after some time, month after our marriage, a sister came to me and said, Auntie Lizzie, it's not good to marry a man with handsomeness. That ọkùnrin fine ni mo ṣe fẹ́. That so your husband can be this, can be handsome like this. When we met, ṣe bàbá ló fẹ́ mi. But to the glory of God, immediately after our wedding, my husband changed to the exact man that I wanted, that I wished then. It's the way I want a man. Like a key, èmi àti ọkọ mi jọ dúró kájọ dàbí bóyá kò ti gbójú mi àbí kò ti but tó bá jọ dúró ọkọ rẹ̀ ìyàwó rẹ̀. Yes, that is what I want, and that is how we are. Tó bá jẹ́ like you people are you sure that you are not from the same family? I say well, that is how God works. So tó bá jẹ́ pé bí mo rò pé ọkùnrin yìí tó fine, that is how I will miss it. But I did not look at that. I stood to God's promise that God said, this is your man. Out of the only Emmanuel I had then, this is your only man.
Okay, now if God gives you power, now God just endow you that power that change something in your husband. If God gives you power to change something in him, Baba, I will ask you the same question. Okay, if God gives you power to change something in your husband, what would that be?
That should change something in him. Is it character or
anything that God just give you power to change anything? Maybe something you don't like, something you dislike, or something. Just what would that thing be?
I will just okay. If God permits me to change you, hey, he's the kind of man I was. So for me to now change you, I don't really think I have.
Oh God. Okay, maybe your husband will have one. If God gives you power to change something in your wife,
my wife is perfect already because I don't see. Though there is some negative side, but we manage ourselves.
what would that thing be?
And we understand ourselves.
Okay.
I know there is a time the argument will come.
No, we'll see even enter.
There is.
Your wife be arguing.
So when argument come, if I cannot control it, I will walk away.
We'll enter that one now. Okay, now let's come to, because we are moving gradually towards the end of the show now. Now let's enter marriage challenges. That there's no marriage without challenge.
Yes.
No marriage without challenge.
Yes.
So now this marriage now, what are those challenges that we faced? Mommy too will talk.
The challenges we face. Number one, after we married ourselves, we have challenges of financial aspects that weak the family. In short, it weak us seriously. But to the glory of God, since the God know about this marriage, he helped us to overcome those challenges. Because there was a period that if we are not consult some people in a month for money, we don't get ourselves for that period. But we thank God we were able to overcome those financial aspects. Though we are not buoyant of that money, but the little we have, we are contented with it. So we thank God. That period the journey was so rough. We try to just manage it.
Can you share some of the experiences apart from that job thing, like in this financial crisis? Then can you share one ugly moment that wow?
During the crisis, the financial crisis, there was a time that we don't have anything at all in the family, and we are looking at what is the way out. I was confused. When I was confused like that, my wife would understand me. He will be trying to bring me down, especially the period I don't have any job, I don't have anything. There was a woman God normally used for that period. I appreciate that woman. He tried a lot. She tried a lot for us in the family, and to the glory of God, in fact, we are here today.
Yes, sir.
We are here today, and God is helping the family.
By the grace of God, and He will continue to.
He will continue.
Mommy, your own marriage challenge,
We started rough. We started with nothing. Even the apartment where we lived then was nothing to write about. There is a room safe, but we cannot even welcome a visitor. Very small, because when we wanted to get married, we said, okay, let's just manage it. But you know that when one person becomes two,
yes.
And we women, you know now, women palaba, we carry this, we carry that. But the place was so small, I couldn't be able to get anything as a married woman. So even some of my things, I have to leave it at my parents' house. So we started financial aspects. There was nothing.
Just share one ugly moment.
It was an ugly moment whereby I felt like God. We had a daughter then, so there was nothing to take at that night. And in the midnight, I woke my husband up. I said, see, it seems the following day I will go to the market and go and find something to do. I have my job, I'm working, but I said, well, it seems I will go and bó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé to assist people to carry things, so that at the end of the day whatever I get from there we will support the family. But the person God sent to us, the following morning we called her, she stood up. In fact, what she gave us on that day, to the glory of God, I appreciated her that day. I'm still appreciating God's love in her till now, and I pray whatever she lays her hands upon shall continue to prosper in the name of Jesus. God sent her as an angel to the family to upgrade us, the family to stand. I don't know her from anywhere until my marriage, but it's like an angel that God sent. Another challenge was when we lost a child. It was a very difficult time for me.
Was that your first child or second?
It was our second child.
Okay.
So it was a moment I couldn't forget. On the day she was giving birth to normal, but I remember delivery, but after the delivery crisis arise and we lost her. So I find it so difficult to overcome that moment. But with God and my husband, there was a night he called my mom. That mommy, ever sorrow, she wants to wound herself. Ever sorrow, he started crying on phone. Ever sorrow, God that did this will do another one. So he called his mom also, and as a mother, because his mother is a mother to me, to the core. Tell everybody who for your call. My mother-in-law. You know, she's not my mother-in-law. She's my mother-in-law. Yes, she's my mother-in-law.
Wow.
She called me, spoke so many things to me. So, and that relieved me and my mother. I was so relieved, and since then, I waved it off.
Wow. Okay, now on a lighter mood, how did you ask her out? You met on Facebook and then you now met on during convention, blah blah. How did you? Your mouth no shake.
You know, my mouth is not shaky, you know, because she's not the first girl that I will approach. Yes. So when I saw her on the convention ground that very day,
Yes.
we find a place to discuss. Though I was just trying to look at her. Well, if this lady can accept my proposal, God, I'm paying inside of me. But when we discuss, he's just trying to look me as if I'm not looking at myself. The clothes I wear is a rag. So, but when I explain myself, I take time to express myself, to explain to her that let us continue the journey of our marriage. But the point that gave me is that I should go and pray on it.
Okay.
Even that's why the way she looked at me, to the extent I noticed, but she gave me that go ahead, that I should go and pray on it.
That encourages.
That's the encouragement. That is the point I hold that very day. So when I told her that I will work on the prayer. That, but you too, I want you to do the assignment too. Go and pray about it. That's a good point question. Then when we departed that very day, so I explained everything to my pastor. They pray on it, and they give me confirmation that
She's the one.
she's the one.
All right, madam. How did you tell him yes? This is what I like laughing. I like your smile. Looking at him that day, very first day.
Looking at him, I was telling myself it's a no-go area. At first, yes. I said this is a no-go area. I did not even like him. He's not even handsome. I said, well, let's go and pray. But after the prayer, that confirmation was just coming. One of my prayer group mentor said, well, it seems that wedding you went for from that mountain, God just took you there to go and to see your husband enter and know where you are going. Ha! Money here, only here, only what is more than ha! I said, well, so I now look at the journey, the way the journey was before we met. I said, God, can this be so? I said, okay, let's just continue. So the first time he came to my place at Badagry, I was at Badagry. I took him to my daddy that was there then. So I said, Baba, this person wanted to marry your daughter. Daddy said, okay, the two of you should come. We went to meet him. He prayed for us. He counseled us. So that, what did you see? What did you see? The two of us, we said what we have seen. Okay, do you want to continue? He said, oh, if God wishes, we'll continue. And we started. Wow. We called one of my assembly pastor, he was a brother to us. Please help us to confirm this person from the assembly, from the district. How is he doing? So let's investigate. So they called the assembly pastor. How is he from the church? They said, is this, is that, is okay, okay. So when the assembly pastor's wife had my name, she said, no, she cannot give go ahead now. If that is the name, that she knows someone that bears that name very, very well, that no, we will be having a wedding at Mushin headquarters. Let the person comes. When she come, let me see her. Immediately I showed up from the entrance. Mama saw me. She and she said, God has done this one. Yeah. God has done it. It is done.
So now you've known each other for like.
I am my husband.
No, the woman.
The woman, I knew her when I was in secondary school.
Wow.
Before we left Mushin, because my husband got married to me after 12 years. We left Mushin area. We were at Mushin, we were born and...
So, are you from Badagry?
I'm not. I'm from Abeokuta.
So, you just went to Badagry to stay?
It was through God's permission or through God's instruction and message that I should go and live under Badagry umbrella. That I should go and live under Badagry. I don't know anybody at Badagry. 6 years after the message, I went to the Baba, I don't know anyone here, but I need a house. Baba said, you need a house. You are still single? I said, yes. I and my sister, we want to live together. Baba said, okay. Immediately he called an elder from that district. The elder is into agents. Okay. And immediately they got 4 different apartments for me. I chose one. That was how I got to Badagry.
That's how you become Badagry. Wow. Okay, we have less than 3 minutes to round up. Now, sir, if your wife is angry, this is how. If she's angry, okay. How do you know?
If my wife is angry, from her character,
yes,
moving in the house, you will know. You will know that this woman is angry seriously.
What like just describe that situation.
If I ask her something, he might not answer. He might not even give you any response. He will silent. Are you not the one I'm talking to? You will not talk. You will know that
something
you have done something wrong. So, it's because of what you did.
Okay. So how do you now bring her down? How do you calm her?
So when I notice that, I will now come closer to her. That is it because of my statement that period? You are now take it to another level. I don't I don't count it like that too.
Yes,
So I was trying to pet her as a man. We bring her closer to me. Please don't be offended on that issue.
Wow.
And from there we settle the matter. But if I notice that my wife is hot seriously, that she's hot that period, I will silence. I will silence. In short, I may walk out to let the temperature come down for a little bit. But when I notice that I can move closer to, I can talk to her, and I will now come in. Okay, please. If it's something, if I truly know that what I did is wrong, I might find it difficult. At times I find it difficult to say sorry, but there is a way I pet her indirectly that to the extent she will come down and say, okay, no problem.
Hey, wow, I like that. Why we say men don't like saying sorry like that, like straightforward? Just be straightforward, say sorry like that.
You know, I tell you, if you are saying sorry every time to the woman, they might be say, okay, well, she will come and beg me. She will come and beg me. Don't worry, until she beg me. But when at times men know that what they did is wrong at times, but they want to take the advantage. I'm the husband now. I'm the husband. After all, even though if I offend you, at least you be able to calm down.
That means if you are not the one at fault, can you say sorry?
If I'm not the one at fault, I will let her know that, you know, I'm not the one at fault. But if she insisted that no, you are the one at fault, for peace to reign, I will say, madam, please, sorry.
Bam. I like that. Okay, Mopsy, your husband, if he's angry, how do you always know your husband is angry? Be practical.
He's the type that doesn't hide himself.
Okay.
He doesn't. Once he's angry, you will know. He will even tell you, I don't like what you did. To what it is serious to buy. I know that. About it hurts. So sometimes I will just that time baby is so
you normally talk like that when it's
tó bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó ti àwọn tí ń lé àwọn I might be looking at him once he's down. I might go to him. I might kneel down. Treasure, please. Wow. I'm so sorry.
You that for him.
tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó ṣe kékeré, I will hug him. Please let it end. Kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Sometimes explanation lè tún máa you might not start from the beginning to explain, but anyhow it is, let's end it there. I'm sorry.
Wow.
By kneeling down, hugging him, sometimes I will just peck him. But if I need that, I will tell you, you have to raise me up by yourself.
Yeah.
So by the time you will raise me up, we will hug ourselves.
Oh, and from there, go.
And that is the end.
Wow, this is very interesting, and I know that all our viewers, new couples, old couples, they are learning one or two from this. Okay, your husband funniest character too. Does he have one? Funny character?
Yes, he has.
Okay.
You might just sit down. You will just see someone at your back. Tickling you. Oga. He loves that.
Wow.
He will just come to you. Leave me jare. Are you sure? You did not laugh.
Wow.
Also, treasure. Okay.
It's just to make the home interesting.
Just to make the home interesting.
I like that. Does your wife too has a funny character?
Yes.
Okay.
She has funny character. At the time I don't expect anything from her, so we just buy surprise package or gift.
Wow.
She will buy it like a singlet, bossa, different thing, unexpected. I was just like
Wow.
and I do appreciate it.
Yes,
I do even with that little thing.
of course.
I do appreciate it.
Something you did not have
Yes,
to do.
something I don't even expect.
Wow.
Maybe he has noticed maybe this thing need to be changed silently. Maybe she went to market, so we just buy it and say, there, take this. I will look at it.
Wow. Thank you, sir. I wish we can continue, but our time is fast spent, and MCR they want to wipe us off right now. But I want to appreciate you on the show, ma. At least, even personally, I've learned one or two things, and I believe that our viewers at home too, that are watching right now, whether you just got married or you've been in marriage since, I know that we learn every day. So thank you, sir. God bless you.
You are welcome.
God will continue to sustain your marriage in the name of Jesus. So ladies and gentlemen, everyone at home, I've been hanging out with our father and mother, Oyeko Miss. Yes, and they've been married for 6 years, and the story has been so interesting. So maybe you are just entering your house. You have missed to. But Thursday by 12 noon, you have opportunity to watch the repeat broadcast of this episode. Thank you so much, and this will be the end of today's episode. I want to thank all my crew. Anu, we come down here together to Ikotu. I remain Frank Oluga Adejo, aka Omo, the evangelist of comedy anointed with palm oil, MC, commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And always they talk say no food for lazy man. You know, concern picking way mama get restaurant, and no be first couple list the win case. They say food wey sweet. They say na money kill and na lie. If you know sabi cook before, no amount of money they give you, you know go see stew. Now when the thing is, till next time there, we shall see so. Bye bye.
Na for marriage tori o. 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 Couples hang out. Na for marriage tori o. Couples hang out. Na for marriage tori o. Na for marriage tori o. Na for marriage tori o. Na for marriage tori o.